Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have another neat review for you today. This is another 5.8 gigahertz flyer. This is the FQ777 AF957F. That's a mouthful. It's an FPV flyer from FQ777, a new player on the field that's been actually putting out some really nice quadcopters. Just about all of them that I've reviewed from the FQ777 line, I've liked. They've been great flyers. I've done an initial flight of this already last night. This one is also a nice flyer. This is an FPV flyer with 5.8 gigahertz. It also has headless mode, one key return, the usual. Other than that, its range is predicted to be out of about 100 meters or so. We're going to test that out here today at Satellite Lake. Overall, it comes with its own built-in own screen, another one of these 4.3-inch screens. We'll see how well we can see that in daylight. And also, I brought my little box along to put over the top. That more or less fits just about any of these 4.3-inch screens. And I also have my run cam inside there so that we'll be able to view the FPV video, hopefully, from this particular quadcopter. So let's go over the quadcopter. The quadcopter itself has very nice lighting, but they're all blue colored lights, so you will have some, for night flying, you can easily see it, but you're going to have to know how to maintain orientation on this, mainly by movement. Although it has a very bright white light on the back, that helps also in maintaining the orientation of this particular quadcopter. The battery of this quadcopter, I believe, is, let's pop it and find out. I think it's 750. Anyways, yeah, 650 milliamp hour with a red JST connector. So that's how it's inserted in there. And those batteries, or 650s, can be found on various sites. Spare batteries are available, and is what I'm trying to say for this. You can find 650 milliamp hour with JST connectors of that size. It has an on-off switch. People are taking note of that. On-off switches are great for these particular quadcopters. This also came, now this comes with landing gear skids that I tried to use. The landing gear skids block the access to the SD card, so I took them off, and then I found out that actually these landing gear pegs that are on each one of these arms work just as well. It gives you still have clearance without the camera impacting the ground. So I recommend just tossing the landing gear skids that come with that, and those landing gear skids would probably cause this to tip over anyways, and just using these for your landing gear. I think that was the original plan for that FQ77 had. I don't know why they include those landing gear skids. They're not needed, and they're just not usable. They block this micro SD port, and you won't be able to remove the card, download your video. The transmitter itself, let's go over that. It has, I don't know if you can see this or not, but these are the control buttons for most of the features of this quadcopter, and they have little pictures that let you know what they actually do. Like this one here turns off the lights. This one here is your one key return. This is your headless mode button. You can do a left flip, an automatic left flip by pressing that button, and an automatic right flip by pressing that button. This activates your camera, or your video camera, and this activates still photo. So, it's pretty well thought out. I like that. If you notice some of my other reviews, I always label the buttons because I can't keep track of what all the buttons are. This one has them already labeled and with nice little pictures, let you know what they do. It has also a built-in LCD screen. It's your standard LCD screen that you normally see, like for WL Toys, actually, style of LCD screen. Okay, the quadcopter is on. The transmitter's on, or the receiving screen is on. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. So, as with all of these FPV flyers with screens, it is very hard to see these screens in daylight. To assist that, I have this little foam box that I constructed out of foam board that I got at the local dollar store. I also have my little run cam inside there. But notice also what I've included with this, the viewport on this. I put one of those little credit card Fresnel lenses on the front of that. That really helps to enlarge the image and make it more viewable inside of this box. So this box, again, as I mentioned, fits over all these 4.3-inch screens. And looking inside, I can see it much better now. And you could probably see it too, because I am recording on a run cam. So let's go for a flight, binding the quadcopter. Okay, we have bind. We're pointing in the direction of the pylon down there, so that'll be our headless mode bearing. And I'm activating the camera right now. We're recording. Let's go for a flight of this FQ777 AF957F. And I'm going to try flying in headless mode. I got a little bit of, okay, I lost signal there. I'm only at about, let's see if the signal comes back in again. I wasn't very far out when I lost signal there. Let's land for a second, folks. Let's make sure my antenna is on properly. Okay, I have signal again. I am going to try something. I am going to adjust this antenna and point it downward. See if that helps. Any with the signal here. Let's go back again. Right away, I noticed this thing is a very stable flyer. Look at that. Hands off flying without even applying any trim button to this thing. But let's go for a flight. We'll set it up high first, and I lost signal again. That's the camera on this thing. Let's evaluate that real quick. Right now, I am about 80 meters. Very stable flyer, folks. I hope that camera is recording well, because I like how this thing is flying. I'm reducing the throttle now. I'm going to bring it down. About 100 meters right now. Reducing throttle even more. This thing wants to stay up there. Okay, I had to reduce throttle there because it kind of runs for about 5 to 10 seconds there before it, I was out about 100 meters and I had lost reception. I was worried there I had a flyaway going on, but it runs for about 5 to 10 seconds trying to regain control from the transmitter before it does drop. It does drop though, folks, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's the flight of the camera. Let's go into the quadcopter itself. Let's turn off that camera to save video or power on this thing. I did mention how stable this thing is. Okay, let's do a Steve C test. Can I adjust? If I can get that just right with the throttle. Yeah, close, but it is very stable. Beginners would have no problem at all flying this thing. You know, and already I got blinking lights there, so I'm getting low on power because of the camera. Let's go into the headless mode real quick. Pressing the headless mode. Headless mode works, except it thinks that's the headless mode bearing right now. It's working. Excuse me, folks. Right, left. Somehow that's the headless mode bearing. Would need to be reset. One key return. Let's go over in that direction since that thinks it's the headless mode bearing. And press the one key return. And here it comes back. And if you press the stick, it breaks off the one key return. Let's go over here again. Again, somehow it thinks that's the headless mode bearing. Turning off headless mode. Pressing one key return. And here it comes back. Let's try that again. I want to give it a little more throttle. And here comes the headless mode. You know, that's one key return. And it appears that you got to hold that button down. You don't just press it and let go. Let's try that again. Yeah, you got to hold this button down to bring it back. Once you let go, well, yeah, once you let go, it levels off. So that's the thing about the one key return button. Did I try, does this got flips? Yeah, it does. But there's no power to do it. So, turning off the flips. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to demonstrate the flips. And I still don't have signal. and the battery's getting low. I am surprised that this thing doesn't seem to have very good signal from the, I don't know, it might be mine is just defective, but I'm right up to it and I don't have any signal from the screen. And that's the end of the battery, so it's low power now. So that's the flight time you get from the FQ777. Overall, very stable flyer, very easy to fly, good beginner's first quadcopter, except everything went fine on this, except I don't know what's wrong with the FPV. It might be my particular transmitter. It might be defective. It might be, you know, so I don't know. Others will be demonstrating this. I'm sure they'll be able to show whether the FPV works or not. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do that very well because of I was losing signal. Other than that, great flyer. I hope the video came out. I hope it has a nice video camera on it. We'll find out. And overall, I like how it flies. So this is Quadcopter 101 with the FQ777 AF957F. Hope you enjoyed this flight. This is the Ghz. Quadcopter 101, signing out. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with another review of the FQ777 AF957F, the FPV flyer. Now, I did an initial review of this over at Satellite Lake, and I wasn't very impressed with the FPV range that I was seeing. I was getting dropouts at about 20 to 30 meters from the video of my FPV screen. But everything else of this quadcopter worked great. It's a fantastic flyer. The recorded video from the camera was great. It was very stable, very easy to fly. I didn't want to leave it like that. Obviously, there was something wrong, and I thought to myself, what if we just put a little better antenna on there than the little rinky-dink one that comes with it? And sure enough, I did a flight yesterday out in the desert with, this is the antenna that comes with the SEMA X5C FPV system. I tried it out in the desert yesterday, worked great. I did not lose any range at all. Actually, I flew the quadcopter out of range before I lost reception from the transmitter, the FPV transmitter. So that is the problem with this. The actual antenna that comes with the system is not very good. But for about $5, $6, or I think they're about $7 actually, you can buy one of these little planar antennas. They're called flat panel antennas, or planar, I believe they're also known as. And that will greatly improve your reception of this FPV. They just screw right into the base of this little reception screen, and it just works great. I'll include below a link to where you can get one of these antennas if you are considering this. Also, while I was flying out in the desert yesterday, like I said, I was flying out of range very quickly, and the reason being I didn't have any visual references out in the desert to gauge how far away I was or how high I was. So today we're here at the local soccer field, which I never see anybody use. I don't know what the deal is with that, but we'll be flying here today. I have good ways of telling you how high I am. I'll try to stay below the telephone pole or the light poles here, and also I have a good way to stay within the boundaries of this field, this 100-meter field. So let's go for a flight of the AF957F from FQ777 and see how if I can actually fly FPV here in this field. Hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, I have the quadcopter bound. I'm going to go over here in the shade to help a bit. If you notice, I'm using that little foam box that I described before. It works very good in enabling viewing of the screen, the FPV screen inside here. Highly recommend making one of these little periscope boxes if you get one of these FPV systems. We're going to go for a flight for about 5 minutes. Hope you enjoy this flight. And I also need to turn on the camera. Let's see. Okay, I got the red numbers. That means the camera's recording. Here we go. Full FPV flying with this particular quadcopter. I'm going to try to go down to the end of the field and turn around. And you're seeing what I'm seeing, folks, because I have that run cam camera in there. I am flying full FPV. As you can see, I got good range on this. Let's turn the quadcopter around now. Oh, more throttle, more throttle. Coming back. See, flying FPV ain't as easy as you think, folks. It requires some concentration. Okay, hard turn. Let's go back to the other end of the field, pick up some speed. I'm going to try to keep it at about this altitude at the top of the trees. Oop, losing signal, turning back. It was close to 100 meters there. Turning around. Leveling off, losing signal. I'm adjusting my antenna. This flat panel is kind of directional. You got to adjust it. Keep the flat end toward the quadcopter. If you don't, you can lose signal. So yeah, this is working great. Better turn harder. Flying 100% FPV. Oop. Coming back again. Let's get it back. Keep it back closer. Now see, that's the good thing about having a periscope instead of goggles. In case you do lose reception, you can switch quickly back to visual mode. I think, okay, let's point the flat. You got to keep this flat end pointed at the quadcopter. I keep forgetting to do that. Turning it around. Let's come down. Coming down. Turning because I don't want to crash into anything. And coming down. I think I've proved my point that this works. So again, you can get this panel. They're available in Banggood and GearBest. Ooh, this is not as easy as it looks, folks. Okay. There we go. And turning off the camera. Hi. There we go. Pretty cool. Flying FPV with this 957F. So yeah, this is a nice stable flyer, gentle flyer. Highly recommend it. But if you do get it, you are going to want to replace its antenna. Get yourself one of these planar antennas or something better than a piece of junk that comes with it. Okay, Quadcopter 101. Hope you enjoyed this flight. Quadcopter 101, signing out. Night flying of the AF957F. It's just got blue lights on it, but they're pretty. There's a breeze here tonight. I gotta keep it low to fight the breeze. A black quadcopter is not the greatest thing to go night flying with, so I got to keep it somewhat above my head here so I can see it, see its lights. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Okay, I think that shows you its lights enough. And again, I'm going to land it because there's a breeze. AF957F. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Quadcopter 101, signing out.